All right, I want to start off with something today that's gonna be a little bit of an uncomfortable truth for some. Lack of craftsmanship is not a creative choice. I'm going to say that again. Lack of craftsmanship is not a creative choice. And what do I mean by that? Having the expensive gear isn't enough. Having a passion for what you're doing isn't enough. Making images and videos that your family and friends circle think are awesome isn't enough. There is no substitute for craftsmanship. You cannot happy accident your way to success. And what do I mean by craftsmanship? The definition that I found that I like is craftsmanship is the level of skill shown by somebody in making something beautiful. And I really like that definition as it applies to what we're talking about. And again, what do I mean? Imagine an architect or a contractor that doesn't understand blueprints and the basic materials. Imagine a potter that doesn't have a great understanding of clay and the techniques of molding it. Imagine a painter that doesn't understand how canvas and paint interact with each other. Imagine a photographer that doesn't understand the exposure triangle, shutter speed, aperture, ISO, and how to deal with their gear. And imagine all of these creative people were absent the most basic sense of an aesthetic and a design principles. How effective do you think they would be intentionally executing their creative choices and their vision? How interested would you be in having whatever it is that they were creating? Having the passion and the gear, while that's an essential part of it, you really need to have a deeper understanding of your craft and your tools and how to execute your vision with those tools. Stop listening so much to those people in your immediate circle who, out of love and compassion for you, just continue telling you you're great. Go seek out some voices of people who are doing what you want to be doing, whether it's sports photography, portrait photography, landscape photography, whatever it is. Go seek out the people who are already doing the stuff, the kinds of things that you want to do. Surround yourself with those mentors and find yourself a few, at least one, that was willing to give you the uncomfortable truth of where you're at and what you need to work on. I mean, I had some great mentors in my life, and one in particular, I'll never forget the moment. I don't even remember the picture. I had a picture that I had worked on. I poured a lot into it, and I thought I had made a great picture, and I was really proud of it. And I showed it to my mentor at the time, and I'll never forget the words. I see what you were trying to do, but it just didn't quite work. And I was devastated because I thought I'd made a great picture. And he just didn't think it was quite there yet. He told me to go back, keep working on it, work on it, work on it, work on it, and gave me some suggestions of things to look for, things to try. And those are the ways that I got better and got to where I am now. Now, in all of this, I'm not to say, I'm really big on intention, and I'm not to say that there's not a place for the happy accident or some serendipity. Happy accidents happen to me all the time still. And that I see that as a residue of design and intention and the craftsmanship I possess to execute the things that I want to do. I'll even go so far as to say sometimes I count on a little serendipity to kind of round out a picture or a composition. I might be out shooting some street photography or something, and I have three-quarters of a great image and a nice composition. And what I need is for somebody to walk through a certain piece of the frame to really complete and round it out. Was you going to look at that as luck, or are you going to look at that as the residue of design that was still still executed with intention and craftsmanship. I think you can make the argument that's a little bit of both, but see, that's where you can get to once you get your craftsmanship to a point where you don't even have to think about the camera. You don't have to think about your numbers. You don't have to think about basic compositional concepts and things like that. Then you can leave the door open for some serendipity to help out an image. That if you want to take your work to the next level, you're gonna have to master the craft. I'm get really tired of seeing images, especially in sports photography, where you can tell people are just spraying and praying. And I look at the picture and go, oh my God, that background element would have been great if we had just shifted if we had even seen it. I get really frustrated because I think a lot of times, a lot of photographers don't even see their backgrounds. They don't consider their backgrounds as part of the composition. And for me, composition and understanding basic composition is a key part of the craftsmanship. It's the upper level, refined part of craftsmanship, past the numbers and operating your tools, but it's a key part of it. So I would tell people, keep refining on the craft, keep banging on it, keep trying things that you've never tried before, because once you master some of that craftsmanship, then you're going to see those ideas in your head start to materialize on the screen after you hit the button. So get out there, keep banging on it, get better, and go make a picture worth looking at.